the 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Sprite.
Along with the big Aristotle, Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Sacramento Kings. And looking at the Kings, they're in first place in the Western Conference. And given the season they were coming off last year, it's about where we expected them to be at this stage. The Toronto Raptors made the playoffs in 2014, Shaq, and I thought Dwayne Casey didn't get nearly the credit he deserved for the job he did with that team.
As a player, Ernie, there's two things you want from a coach. The first thing is experience, and Dwayne Casey has been coaching at various levels for a long period of time. Second thing you want, Ernie, is stability. Dwayne Casey offers a level of stability that is great for this Toronto franchise.
The crowd is assembled at the Air Canada Centre, looking for a Raptors victory here in Toronto. And we've got it live right here on 2K Sports. Looking at Toronto, they took the win in their last game against the Bucks. And look. Made that outcome a surprise was how lopsided it was.
And I thought, guys, they were the beneficiary of what was some lackluster defense being played against them.
I agree with you. I mean, it was really shocking how many free runs to the hoop they got.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court right now for the Kings, we've got Armstrong. Rain Man is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Frank in at the 4 spot. And so it's the Kings getting on the board first. Here's Stewart, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, I tell you what, it was the good pick that was set that turned him loose.
And once he got around it, Steve, it was smooth sailing right to the hole.
Well, because of the pitch, he had plenty of room. That's why he was able to power down that slam.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounce ability.
Now, here is Lowry. He had 10 points in the win against Milwaukee, and that one's good.
Well, he wasn't fazed at all by the bigger man on him, and on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
From 12 feet out, and the Kings check on 2 more.
Now you threaten the defense inside and then find the open man on the outside. Good offense.
Kings on D. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And it was the role players in that game, Kevin, that really led the charge. You know, the guys who normally don't score a lot, they came in and really contributed.
A total team performance, Steve, the kind you need if you're going to win on the opponent's home floor.
And Sacramento has possession. Jonas Valanciunas unable to get his shot to go. Here's Frank. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Down low, here's Rain Man. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook.
And they're on fire. They've made 4 straight shots to get this thing going.
Lowry against Westbrook. They set the pick. Here's Black. Moves back up. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. Pass to Armstrong. Ross grabs the board.
First miss of the game after 4 makes, so it's been a hot start.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Rebound by Armstrong.
That's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
Pass to Jeffries. Can't get it to go. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Clark, this is the first they're seeing of Sacramento.
You know, in terms of playing against somebody in the opposite conference, it doesn't get much better. In fact, it's too bad these clubs only play each other twice.
Back to Lowry. Dishes it to Valanciunas. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. The Kings leading. We'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. What's the news, Doris?
I asked him what he thought would be the key for them, and he told me dealing with the penetration of Russell Westbrook. He's one of the most explosive athletes in the game. We've got to send him to help and rotate early to deny him finishes at the rim. Guys, that's never easy.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Here is Lowry. The Kings getting the bucket. The pass to Stewart. Westbrook with the steal. The stupendous finish in traffic. Steve referring to last year's game moments ago about, 2 beauties. In those 2 games last year, they battled to a split decision, each team winning once.
You know, my guess is it's going to be hard to tell these teams apart. They're both still very, very potent.
And again, Toronto no up.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Here's Ross. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Kings.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And they're also showing some muscle here in the first half, finding a lot of points in the paint area.
Now here's Westbrook. He's coming off a 10-point game against Brooklyn. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Here's Lowry. It's blocked, and they get it back. Westbrook against Ross. Here's Frank. No problem on the jumper in close. He has 6.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yep, that's something that the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary here.
And so here's Toronto. They trail by 7. Stewart passes to Black. To the left side wing. Shot clock at 6. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Well, it wasn't a textbook pick, but he still managed to score. Good concentration on the finish. This is how the Raptors stack up over the last 10 games. 2nd in opponent points per game. 3rd in fewest turnovers per game. And they also show up as a team in the top 5 in scoring. Boy, this team is balanced and versatile offensively.
Yeah, those are all good points, Clark. And to me, the one that stands out, the one statistic that you mentioned is the opponent's points per game, because this team obviously gets after it defensively. They just try to blanket the opposing offense, and they do it because they scout well. You can tell they're well prepared for each and every offense that they face on a nightly basis.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
And Sacramento has possession after the Raptors pick up 2. And there's the rejection. Feeds to Lowry. Fires the three. Sacramento grabs the miss.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Pass to Frank. And the foul called on Terrence Ross. That's his first foul.
Looked to me like the defender didn't get squared up and get his feet set.
Good work by the officials. A nice call. That play can be tough to judge sometimes.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Favors with the rebound. Raptors trail by 3. They get a hand on it. Throws it up high. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof.
Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
Here's Joseph. After the Kings pick up 2. Miller outside. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Miller's got his first basket of the night.
Broke out the finger roll, guys. That was kind of a stylish finish.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Fires the 3. And he gets it to go. And the Kings lead by 6.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
Well, if they can match that effort at the defensive end, look out.
Now here's Joseph. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Back to Favors. It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
The Kings making a switch here. Moody, guarded by Erickson. Inside. Inside. Here's Hines. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Now here's Joseph. He's covered closely. Erickson passes to Black. 6 to shoot. Stolen away. Passes it to Moody. Fuller, covered by Miller. Here's Fuller. The shot misses. Good D by Miller. Raptors trail by 5. He feeds it to Joseph. 1:41 left to play in the first quarter. 6 to shoot. And it's Miller penetrating. Expanding his range. And he gets it to go.
That is not an easy shot right there. He had to get it off over a taller defender.
A little bit of a rainbow 3, but like you said, it had to be with the size mismatch.
Kept alive. The pass to Fuller. Fires from deep. And another 3 for Sacramento.
That's pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
So timeout called here. The first for Toronto. And here is our 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's toughest defensive teams over the course of the last 10 games. The Raptors in second.
Now, they've been solid defensively, maybe a little fortunate at times when teams have had off nights, but overall, pretty solid defense.
Here's Miller, and the shot is good. Miller's got his second basket of the night.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Hines. He's covered by Favors. Fuller. And another 3 for Sacramento.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They've poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
Here's Erickson, averaging 6 points per contest. There's 37 seconds left in the first quarter. Just 4 to shoot. Pass to Black. off with the layup.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
Out to the right wing. Passes it to Hines. Toronto grabs the miss. Left side, Miller. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Kings lead by 6. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
And they set the tone there defensively with their shot blocking. They've been really intimidating down in the paint area.
You know, in the rest of the game, Steve, shooters will be looking around for the shot blockers because of what's happened in this quarter.
Raptors trail by 6. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Favors. Then it's Terrence Ross. Then there's Lowry. And it's Stewart in at the 2 spot. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. Now here's Favors, and he gets it to go. Favors got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for Toronto. Sacramento's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Kings moving the ball around. Here's Rain Man. 26 points for him last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And Kevin, don't forget about his playmaking in that game as well. He was wonderful in terms of attacking the defense and figuring out when to shoot and when to find teammates.
And Toronto has possession. The Kings getting the bucket. Lowry drives in. Banked in off the glass. Lowry's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
It's tipped and stolen by Favors. Sacramento making a switch here. Westbrook's checked in. Raptors trail by 4. Stewart, he's covered by Armstrong. The feed to Ross. Kicks it to Lowry. Shot clock at 5. Launches it. Sacramento with the rebound. It's off to Boston for him after this game as they take on the Celtics. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Here's Armstrong, and there are the Kings with another. Bucket.
The mid-range jumper becomes a pretty high percentage shot for him when he has that kind of space.
The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Lowry kicks to Favors. Lowry setting the pick for Favors. Ross on the wing. The 11-footer bounces high off the rim and drops. Ross has got his second bucket of the night.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Here's Armstrong. Off target with his 3. Raptors are gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Here's Favors. Second shot opportunity. He lays it in. Favors has got 7.
He's a grinder. Love what he does under the offensive boards, really bringing energy and life to his team.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Raptors trail by 4. Outside Lowry. Now the pass to Stewart. And blocked. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court. Right side Westbrook. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's foul number 2 for him.
Let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for Kyle Lowry. averaging 13 points a game, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds. And the numbers are pretty outstanding. I mean, we've come to expect it from him.
Well, he always impresses, Steve, with the work ethic, stamina, consistency. It's what the best players strive for and produce.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Jeffries is checked in, and McLemore subbed in for Armstrong. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That's his first foul.
Looked to me like the defender didn't get squared up and get his feet set.
Good work by the officials. A nice call. That play can be tough to judge sometimes.
Out to the right wing. Stewart passes to Favors. Now here's Ross. 17 points for him last game against Milwaukee. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. It's Westbrook with the drive. That's good. And now a 6-point Sacramento lead.
Tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one.
There's the pick. Lowry dishes to Valanciunas. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
Here's where Toronto sits right now in the league rankings. 3rd in fewest turnovers per game. 6th in scoring. And they kept the lid on opposing teams' overall offense as well. They're in the top 10 in opponent scoring.
And I love that number, Clark, 3rd in fewest turnovers per game, because that's a sign of a well-coached team, very disciplined. They share the basketball. Their spacing is good. They've got a good plan of attack every game. So the players know where each other is, and that just allows for much better offensive execution.
That's his first personal foul. 3rd.
Raptors trail by 6. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Lowry kicks to Favors. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Here's Rain Man. 6 points for him. And yes, sir, that one drops. Rain Man's got 9.
Well, that's a good time for the 3. The fast break had the defense scattered all over the place, so he was open.
And finished off by Westbrook.
Now that was pretty. That was just a nice looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect. The ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
Yeah, no question, Kevin. Great awareness and a terrific finish. Well, I felt like his defense was letting him down out there, guys, so he wanted to get a timeout to talk it over and try to tighten things up here.
You know, part of coaching, a lot of coaching actually, is making sure that momentum never gets too far away from your team. That's a good timeout.
And Lowry gets double-teamed. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Big blunder there, and that could cost them.
Major blunder, and you're right, a terrible time for that to happen when they're trying to chip away at this deficit.
Here's Rain Man. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Jeffries, good.
They've done a lot of good work with the ball, really moving both the ball and moving bodies, getting quality chances at the hoop.
And they're not wasting chances when they get them. I mean, they're hitting their shots.
And here are the Raptors now. Favors with the screen. Lowry passes to Favors. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists in the game. Kings leading now by 11. In the corner, it's McLemore. Puts up the baby hook and Favors with the block. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Pass to Stewart. Now here's Ross, guarded by McLemore. Here's Favors. Rain Man passes to Jeffries. Here's Rain Man. Passes it to Frank. Shot from the wing. Misses off the right iron.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rain Man. That's foul number 2 for him. So both teams making some changes here. And here is Joseph. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Here's Black, and he stacks it in on the jam.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir. That may put a little life back into this team.
Wasted no time on that one. Eight points for him.
A little confusion defensively.
Yeah, you know what? He sent the D a little message with that three.
Now, here's Joseph. Not a lot of room. Miller sets a screen for Joseph. Inside to the right side. Here's Erickson. The offensive rebound. Out to Miller. Beyond the arc. And the shot is good. Miller's got 7 points.
But you threaten the defense inside and then find the open man on the outside. Good offense.
There's the dish to Jeffries. They set the pick. And the pass to Fuller. From deep, McLemore. And another 3 for Sacramento.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
They better not make it 3 straight, because now all of a sudden you're looking at a hot streak.
And it's Miller in the corner. No good.
Boy, they're trailing in this game, and they're starting to settle for jumpers offensively.
Well, that's fine, but you can't really count on those to go. I think they should be fighting their way inside for higher percentage looks.
Now let's go to the 2K leaderboard to look at